Greetings, everybody. TCGWolf here once again, and we're back to doing one of these rambly-style update videos. I don't script these, so be prepared for complete, utter chaos, I suppose. But considering there is a lot going on behind the scenes currently for what TCGWolf is transforming into, I suppose, we kind of need to cover the road going forward, because otherwise everything that's going to happen is going to confuse the ever-living shit out of everybody. So here I am. Hello. Today we're going to cover a few separate topics. You can see them on screen currently if I decide to edit them in there. And if you do not want to listen to me ramble about this, you will have a much more precise and sort of cover every basis update on the Discord in the announcements channel that you can read, or you can just leave me rambling in the background because I have a speaking voice, I guess. Today, we're going to cover my future plans for this channel, for everything surrounding the content I make, and what's going to happen when I'm done. Because that place is approaching. No, I'm not quitting content creation. Don't get your head in the gutter, right? I'm not quitting, but I do need to make some serious changes to keep it interesting for me. Let's talk TCGWolf first. TCGWolf has been an amazing time so far creating card game content, but we're hitting a roadblock soon, because I've basically done everything I wanted to do with TCGWolf. I have played card games, I have had amazing people show up on the show to help me out to do so, but there are a few more things that I want to do, and after that, there's not really a lot that I want to experiment with for the time being. So, for the future content that's coming up, we have, first of all, if you haven't seen it, of course, free-to-play Master Duel has gone live since a couple of weeks ago, where we play Thunder Dragon and Master Duel. It's amazing. Go check it out. It's probably been one of my favorite things to edit so far. It's great. We also have Time Warped wrapping up in its final episodes now. I believe we have less than 10 to go, so if you haven't watched that entire series yet between me and Acorion, go check it out. We also have Sealed Only Season 3 releasing early March, which will be the final Sealed Only season. I will not be making another one after this. Simply put, I've enjoyed making the Sealed Only stuff ever since Season 1, but it is incredibly time-consuming. Now that I have so many other things that I want to experiment and do, something has to go. And that series happens to be the one that takes the longest to plan and edit. That and the fact that doing it for a fourth time seems kind of redundant, because I've already done it, 3 times at that point. There's only so much sealed-only stuff you can do before it becomes really repetitive. So I'm just not going to make another one. Season 3 will be the finale. It will follow the same structure as Season 2 did, with a new spin on the spin, I guess. A twist on the spin, a spin on the twist, whatever we're going to call it. It's going to be fun. I'm going to do my absolute best to bring back a lot of the things that made Season 1 good. I'm going to attempt to animate once again. I can't promise how much there will be, but I will do my best. The characters that you all liked are coming back. We're going to have Tour Guide. We're going to have Murchie. Blackbeard is not returning this time because he's off doing a different thing. Neither is Todd. Todd is not returning either. But there's a couple of new characters sort of fill their slots. But there will be more characters than me this time for what their text-to-speech is worth, Other than that, we have 2 other series that are also in production currently. We've got Yu-Gi-Oh! Absolute Chaos, which is a twist on Hard Like Joe's Chaos Draft format, where we crank the Chaos up to 11. Not only are we Chaos Drafting, but we're Chaos Drafting from random sets with random rules in place every week. It is going to be absolutely crazy, and that's the best part about it. Joining me for that series will be an old-time friend of mine, the Omega Condor, from the Omega Condor channel. I hope you check it out, as it is set to release soon-ish. I believe the first episode's being recorded today, actually. Regardless of that, though, it'll show up eventually. Lastly, we have one more series that is going to be scheduled, and that is Yu-Gi-Oh! Battle Royale. Battle Royale is a twist on the auction series that Simo has been doing with 4 people. Because 2 people bidding on auctions is not enough. We need 4. With 4 people in place, they're not only going to be bidding for their cards, they're going to be bidding for items and other modifiers to help them out to get to the very top of the Battle Royale, scoring that epic victory royale. Please never make me say that again. I fucking hate Fortnite. But that is also scheduled to be recorded starting next week, so you can probably expect to see that sometime during March as well. With all the content sort of explained and out of the way, we need to talk about what happens when it all runs out. What I want to do going forward is have more time to edit my stuff. For the last almost a year now, I've tried to keep a schedule as well as I can, but with so many series and balls flying in the air at once, I no longer have the time to pour the quality I want to have into my content. It's impossible. When I'm the only guy editing 4 to 5 videos a week, it just doesn't work. Some of them, of course, require more effort than others, but it just becomes this almost infuriating part where I don't have the time to sink into what I want to make, right? And you have to remember, I'm still unemployed. I'm still actively looking for work. The day, if ever at this point, I actually find a job, the time I have to edit this thing is going to be cut drastically, meaning I would not be able to keep up at this rate. So the change that's going to be made is that when all of these series finish, which is Season 3, Time Warped, Absolute Chaos, Master Duel, Free-to-Play, and Battle Royale, scheduled content is disappearing. I cannot promise to be able to keep a schedule anymore. It's impossible. Instead, I will start uploading videos whenever they're ready. If there's an episode of something that I've edited, I'll slap it up on YouTube and you'll have it immediately. There will be no scheduled waiting times. You won't have videos every Sunday. You won't have videos every Friday. You'll have videos whenever they're done. I won't hold them back for any reason, unless it's, like a future episode. I won't release episode 3 before 1, as an example, right? But I won't be scheduling them anymore. They'll just be uploaded. They'll be ready to go whenever you get to enjoy them, if you enjoy them. Who knows at this point? Simply put, the content I will be making from that point onward is also a bit up in the air. I don't know how many scheduled sort of series I'll be making, because in all honesty, I'm kind of out of ideas. I mean, I've taken a twist at every single format of Yu-Gi-Oh! At this point, and I've enjoyed doing it for what it's worth, but it's very restrictive, in a sense. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is still Yu-Gi-Oh!, right? I don't want to just devolve into a replay channel or a clips channel, which is, the bane of everyone's existence, apparently. I can't do that. I want to make stuff that I am happy to create and make, and therefore, I need to have a spark to make something, right? In that sense, I'll still be making one scheduled series, actually. I'm lying a little bit. For Fun Friday is remaining the way that it is, because simply put, it is the easiest series for me to edit, and it's one of the most fun times I have. It's just a series where I get to explore and play all of the decks that I could never afford in real life and just have fun with it, which is why it's staying. I don't mind uploading that every Friday, because it's named For Fun Friday, right? It has to go on fucking Fridays, otherwise it makes no fucking sense. Then again, Sealed Only Sunday went on Saturday a couple of times, but fuck it. So, with that is something I'll always be making. So if you enjoy that series, good on you. Go watch them. They're really fun. But other than that, I will simply be uploading content whenever I feel like it. You'll have a lot more one-off videos of me just doing stuff, like deck profiles and, more testing sort of oriented videos, building on a budget maybe. Things that I can upload kind of whenever and you'll just have them. Keep in mind, though, this is, of course, when every single other series has been finished, so don't expect this change to happen until maybe June or something, but I at least want to have it out there so that you're a little bit more aware of what's going to happen once all the content is finished. Regardless of that, there are a few changes more. I mean, I've talked for 9 minutes now. I'm sorry. I babble a lot, but nah. As for Patreon is staying, but when the scheduled content has finished, most of it will be removed. Simple reason is at that point I can no longer promise to deliver on, just about anything, right? Because I'll upload whenever I want. I feel bad for people actively supporting me on Patreon at the level that they currently do when there is no promised content at that point. So when the change happens, a lot of the tiers will either be removed or changed, just so it becomes more of a thank you towards me than it does, the paying for privileges, I suppose. It's more so a, hey, thank you for making content still, here's $2. Nothing obscene the way it is now, if you mean. I still enjoy all my supporters, don't get me wrong. We've had a ton of fun in the supporter channels as well, but do keep in mind that I won't be able to deliver on a lot of the promises that I had. you know, if I'm not making scheduled content. But it will all be reworked. I will have a discussion with the supporters as well to see what they're kind of interested in having it like. But that is, again, in like June or whenever the scheduled content finishes. For some more positive news, though, because of this, we're also doing a channel split. The channel split is one main reason. I have a lot of things I want to do that are not card game related. Shocker. If you made it this far in the video, you probably enjoy listening to my voice, so you won't mind me telling you this. The channel split is going to do one thing, and it is diversify content. TCGWolf, the channel you're on right now, will still have TCG content. It will only be trading cards, nothing else. You'll see Yu-Gi-Oh! You'll see Magic the Gathering is something I am planning to make videos on, but I have yet to do so. And whatever other card game I want to talk about, right? It'll be there. It'll be there, eventually. Then we're going to have the new channel, which is called Wolfie Plays. Wolfie Plays is just me playing video games. Very loosely edited, sometimes roughly edited even. Just me sitting down and enjoying video games. And you get to come along for the journey. It is the most bare bones of a Let's Play channel you will ever see in your goddamn lives. But at the same time, it's something that I want to do on the side because I have spent so much time playing fucking card games that I have not played a real video game in like almost a year at this point. I want to sit down and catch up. So I'm taking you all along for the ride. That channel is available in the description, as well as it's linked on my main channel as well. You can get to it from there if you wish. With that, one more thing needs to change too. Streaming. Streaming has been probably the best thing I've ever done. Like, no joke. I have enjoyed streaming far more than making content for the last half a year. Streaming is just way more active with you guys. It's way more active with me, because I can actively, you know, do shit. I can play whatever I want, and people will tune in if they want. But it created a very large problem, because we have had some platform issues back and forth. We started on YouTube. Then YouTube did a massive boo-boo and started counting stream views and stuff into your analytics, which you can probably see in the channel these days, as during the time I started streaming, I went from having about 2,000 to 3,000 views on every video to about 700. Because the analytics from the old streams still counts into my algorithm, which is really annoying. On top of that, we then swapped to Twitch for a while, and we did Twitch for quite a while, actually, until we realized that Twitch had at least a very, very terrible system for creators where they earn next to fucking nothing off of what people spend on them, which is disgusting, but it is what it is, right? So when YouTube fixed their shit, at least according to what they said, we moved back to YouTube again, which we have been doing since. Now that the channel split is happening, this isn't feasible anymore, because I need to be streaming multiple things at once. You know, card games one day, video games another day. It just doesn't work. So for this reason, I hate to say this, but we are moving back to Twitch again. The Twitch move back will happen sooner than later. I'm basically in the process of moving everything back to Twitch as we speak. But it's for the only reason that I need to be able to have a place that is unrelated to both channels where I can still gather and save everything to use for both of the channels, right? So, simply put, we have a new Twitch channel this time. The Twitch channel is TCGWYT. So, TCGWYT. Simple reason, it of course stands for TCGWolf YouTube. No, don't think of it as anything else. But we are moving every stream there. This, of course, creates an issue with YouTube membership, and understandably, that is annoying to a lot of people. I am sorry. I'm making this change simply because I think it's a better way of doing it than leaving it on one channel so that people have to jump back and forth between platforms constantly. The main reason I want to do this is I want to create a space for all content I want to create without messing with people who are not interested. So all card game things, TCGWolf. All video game things, oh, I got a little bit close to the mic there, sorry. All video game things, Wolfie Plays. All streams, Twitch channel. Very simple. Just keeping it straight so that people can watch whatever the hell they're interested in. If you want to watch card games, stick to this channel. This will be only card games. Want to watch me play other video games? Head over to Wolfie Plays. There will be other video games on there. And stream highlights will probably go on that channel as well. I said probably like 4 times. Jesus. And then if you want to watch me live and come hang out with me, Twitch is the way to go. This is the simplest way I can sort of balance everything out, I guess. I don't have anything else to say about it. It's just the easiest way for me to make sure things are where they need to be, right? With that, YouTube memberships are being removed at the beginning of June. They will no longer exist. Wow, Discord just took my payment for Nitro. Thanks, Discord. I got scared for a moment there. No, YouTube memberships will be removed at the beginning of June. They will no longer exist as we head into the channel split. Again, simple reason for this is, at that point, I can no longer promise anything. I have no way of actually delivering on something that I promised to set out a long time ago. And since streams will no longer be a thing on YouTube, the small little benefits you get for being a YouTube member no longer make sense to give, if that makes sense. So they will be removed. And of course, Twitch subs, if we ever get back to that point, will be available once again once affiliate becomes a thing, if it becomes a thing. But for the time being, they will remain until June. Same as Patreon. Patreon will also remain. Patreon will remain even after June, but it will be reworked in June. And then the Twitch stuff becomes available whenever Twitch stuff is available. Whatever. Speaking of Twitch stuff, though, Streamloot. Streamloot is something we've been doing a lot over the last couple of streams, and it's been a really, really fun way to interact with the stream instead of just taking donations. Donations is always one of those things that I'm like, I hate just taking money. I hate it, which is why I've always tried to offer at least something in return for people supporting me. Streamloot has been perfect for this because the cards do a variety of things. Sometimes you've seen requested videos. You've seen, you can scare the ever-living shit out of me. You can force me to do a sit-up, whatever. They're a fun little way of doing things. They will be remaining, but they're moved to Twitch. On Twitch as well, once we get affiliate, I will make it so that they're integrated with channel points, so you can actually use channel points to get packs and don't have to spend a dime to do so if you don't want to. But that's a future thing, if you will. But they are remaining. I'm not removing them. They're fun. And talking about streaming then, because we're kind of on the topic and I completely fucking skipped over it earlier, I think, and if I'm repeating myself, oops. Streaming will become much more prevalent after June. I will almost be streaming full-time. Or I'll be starting streaming full-time very soon, actually. Because a lot of the content I want to make is much better made when all of you guys are involved at once. Playing video games gets really boring if I'm just sitting there alone, but having you guys join me for the adventure is a lot better. So, when it comes to YouTube content in general, it will not exactly disappear. It'll just get less frequent. I won't be uploading 3 to 4 times a week now. I'll upload maybe 1 to 2 on TCGWolf, and then whatever episodes I happen to have for Wolfie Plays, it depends. But I will be streaming probably almost every day, at least for a little while every day. So you guys can just follow me on Twitch, I guess, and you'll see me go live whenever I go live. I think that's the majority of the things I wanted to cover today. There is one more thing. We haven't announced this yet, but I know me and Ikorion have been talking about it for the last while. I'm gonna say while. But when Time Warped is wrapping up, we actually have one more project between us that we're going to be doing together, and we're going to be making a podcast. The podcast is going to be named Misplay Therapy, because both of us are absolute chunguses when it comes to playing card games in general. It's insane. Like, I'm really enjoying the idea of making a podcast with Eco. You know, both me and him like to ramble on a lot. So if you like our speaking voices for any reason, that might be the thing to check out. We call it Misplay Therapy, but it is going to not just be card games we're talking about, even if card games are the central focus. We're just going to be rambling about things we happen to want to talk about at that moment. On screen right now, also, you can see the poster child for this series, and I'm gonna be honest, this fucking image looks amazing. It was one of Eco's friends that was contacted to make this. It looks great. It's absolutely glorious. You've seen it as my profile image for a while now. It's great. When this is getting released is sometime after Time Warped wraps up, so probably sometime during early summer. But I hope you guys will tune in for that. I'll have separate announcements for the entire series at that point. It'll be there eventually. Now, I've almost rambled for 20 minutes here. I apologize. I suck when it comes to keeping things concise when I'm just talking out of my head, but I hope you guys at least have a sort of update on the state of what's happening. I'd like to thank everyone that's watched me up to this point. We are almost at 2,000 subs now, after about a year and a half. It's insane to me that we've managed to get this far. And the thing is, again, don't take this fucking video as a doom message or something. I'm not quitting. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just changing what I'm making to be better. But I need more time to do so. So I'm taking the time to make better stuff that you can actually enjoy more. Alright? Alright. So, at TLDR, for people who skipped here, hi, you skipped an entire video. Content is going to be, not stopping, but drastically changed after every single series finishes. I'm going to be streaming more than I was before, and I'll be over at Twitch doing so. Wolfie Plays is a new channel that you can check out where I'll be doing gameplay that is not card game related, and Misplay Therapy, mine and Aquarion's podcast, is becoming a thing sometime during the early summer. That's basically it. Thank you for watching. I don't know what to say here. Banana.